One.
I would say when you're at the school, you're basically traveling the whole world because you meet a lot of people from overall the world. I would also say
Στο σχολείο μας είναι λιγάκι διαφορετικό από τα κανονικά σχολεία.
و معلمای مهربونی داره، اینکه دختر پسر با هم دیگه میتونن توی کلاس با هم دیگه مشترک کار کنن هم خیلی باحال هستش.
Je bot a school.
It's definitely expanded. We used to be in like a building in the pipe with no labs, no nothing. And now we're in this huge school and with a Bata house. And there's so many different ethnicities and cultures here now. Like there's just so many more people that you can be like, oh, I've never met someone from there. And also the activities that we do now are so different from what we used to do. Like camps have improved, mentor edges, prom.
Ik heb hier ratten gezien.
Is ook wel een heel groot verschil. Deze gebouw is heel groot. Daar was het niet heel groot. En we hebben heel grote gymlokalen en ook klaslokalen. En het buitenspelen is ook beter. Er is heel veel katten.
We were still kind of in the old building, which was more like a giant flat than it was a school. And because it was so small, and I think in that building as well, it just felt like this like big family. It, you know, in terms of like hierarchy and things like that and like management, it felt very flat, you know, like having access to the teacher's room, having like full school events, being taught by the person who was the principal at the time. It all just felt very flat and very inclusive.
They also seemed to put a lot of effort into giving the students a voice at the time I was there. The student council thing got started out of fun, and the teachers just being like, oh, you guys want to do some stuff? Okay, do some stuff. They gave us a lot of space. We started a bunch of clubs. There was like a chess club, glee club. There's a lot. I think we did some events as well. It was just very, there was like a group of students, including me, that were just like excited to do stuff, and the teachers were supportive.
And I've been at this school for about 9 years now. Starting 2015 in group 4, and I've just, you know, year by year up. Because most other Dutch schools, like your group 8, you finish it, they give you like this sticker on your head saying you're that level, and then they send you off to school on that level. That's another thing I really like about DENISE is like they give you those extra couple years to show, you know, I can actually do this. Especially for me, when I was younger, I don't think I guess I just didn't care as much of like getting like that IB, or like it helps me later, because I wasn't aware of all the benefits. In group 8, I think they gave me FMBOT, and then, you know, in group 11, I could show them, you know, over the next 3 years, like I can actually do IB, you know, it's just.
When I first moved here, I started in language classes so I could learn Dutch. And then after, I think like a year and a half, I moved to the first year of high school. And now I'm currently in the last.
Eerst in taalklas gestart. En dan van taalklasse naar groep 15. En van groep 15 naar 13 gaan.
Eigenlijk na de taalklas ging ik eerst naar MAVO. Ik wilde HAVO doen, maar ik ging naar MAVO. Dan na mijn diploma zeg ik tegen, ja, ik ga doorgaan en daarom doe ik dit jaar HAVO.
Ik weet niet hoe lang ik hier. 3 jaar.
3 jaar? Ja, ben je coming back into the Netherlands very unexpectedly and having to even find a school to begin with. In the middle of the year, you know, I applied to many different schools, and we met with many principals, you know, with my dad. And I think there's something to be said for the fact that DENISE was the only school that was actually willing to take me on at that point. I think there's something really telling about that, you know, there's a real attitude of wanting to make things work, being solution oriented, meeting people where they are at that point and trying to accommodate them in the best way possible.
Because I remember talking to Mr. Helderling. For me, he kind of changed my life, let's say, because for me, he was like, yeah, you can also go to ROC, you know, that's also an option. We will probably just all go to continue our HAVO, and how that's going to be really rough. And I just wasn't very interested in doing all these classes, so like geschiedenis and wiskunde and biology, for another like 3 years, maybe more, because apparently I would probably have to resit stuff because my language wasn't up to par yet. And so I talked to Herr Leerling, and I kind of already had an idea that I wanted to do journalism, or at least that's what I thought at the time. He told me about the big Dutch systems schematic, which you saw a million times, and so apparently there's a loophole where instead of doing HAVO and then HBO, you can also just not finish HAVO and go to MBO and then go to HBO, but then I don't have to do all these other classes that I'm not that interested in. I can only focus on something I like. So I decided to go to Erosei instead of just going to continuing HAVO, because at the end of the day it would kind of take me as long. And then I still went to HBO. I'm doing HBO now.
Hoe zou je dat dan kunnen doen?
Follow a theme.
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
themes like every
In the
period.
beginning of the period, we have like a entry point, if you can, yeah. And then there's, for example, our theme. I think, yeah, our theme now is challenge. So all of the subjects are somehow related to that, and then we kind of, in every subject, we do something related to that.
Yeah, it's like, geography and science. It's like you learn about different things. Our IPC topic now is World War II, so we learn about World War II. The topic changes every time. So sometimes we get topics about other things. We got topics about the jungle, the space, and then dinosaurs, toys.
We write stories about them. Like we were writing today, like you're a reporter in World War II and you have to report what's happening.
Volgens mij bij IPC noemen we de Earth en habitat.
Ja, volgens mij
En
was het
or home en iets met dieren.
Ja.
But I always looked forward to like the exit point,
Good.
because we'd always like go out or like do some fun activities.
The exit point would normally depends really on what we did, because sometimes we need to do a presentation about the thing, or you would need to go do something outside, take photos of something or that type of stuff. And the entry point was always like questions. What do you think is going to happen this period? What do you want to learn this period?
English.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna write a diary and an autobiography explaining what we've gone through in our lives, and especially for an international school, we have people from all different types of backgrounds, so they've gone through a lot in their life.
IB teaches you to look at questions in a different way, which I think any other program that I've heard of or seen does not teach. And it really teaches you to like think in that more way of like not just learn it all and then spit it out in the test. It's more like, okay, I know this, and then they're gonna ask different questions on the test, and you have to base your previous knowledge that you've learned and like translate it into, okay, how can I answer this?
Yeah, I think it keeps you really open-minded. So you have a lot of options of like seeing different points of view. Like it really teaches you to look from more than one perspective on almost anything in any of your subjects. And yeah, it gives you a really good baseline for university.
Okay. Like here, we have like books. We don't like write so much in books. We also write in computers.
Yeah, here we work a lot in the computer. In Indonesia, we get computer lessons to know what to do. But here you don't get lessons, you just know what to do.
I was in taalklas for a whole year. They really try to like help you learn at your own pace. So even if you're a slow language learner or a fast language learner, they kind of adapt to that. At the beginning, it's more like, oh, you only have like these 3 classes in Dutch, and then you have English, and that's it. But over time, like by the time I reached T11, I was doing science in Dutch and doing the subjects that I liked more, which I think showed more of my skills.
And the teacher teach very easy with play, and the class is very fun.
Yeah.
In Syria, we don't learn sport. We go to home. We don't have music. We don't have art.
Good.
En we hebben een heel groot theater. assembly elke vrijdag. Assembly is elke vrijdagochtend gaat elke klas van de PO naar de assembly, dus boven. En dan gaat één klas iets presenteren voor ons.
Ja.
Als ik naar mijn cijfers kijk, ben ik eigenlijk slimmer dan ik dacht. Want ik heb nu HAVO eigenlijk. Want ik heb heel veel 5, heel veel 4.
Nou, we krijgen 1 tot en met 5, dus 5 is het hoogste wat je kan krijgen. En 5 is meer IB. 4 is HAVO, 3 is MAVO en 2 doe maar je best.
2 is doe maar je best.
Het mogen jullie allemaal uit en uit.
We have two teachers. One a day. We have 3 Dutch days and 2 English days.
We have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday Dutch, and then Friday and Tuesday and Thursday we have English. And it's really different by each.
Maar soms moeten we wisselen, want dan is er een liedje dat in Engels is. Maar dan moeten we maar het is eigenlijk een Nederlandse dag. En soms vergeet de meester dat. Nederland is meer leuk.
Ja, want ik praat eigenlijk goed Nederlands en niet zo goed Engels.
Vallen, is dat in de break means?
Welke letter kunnen we veranderen voor een ander woord?
Juf, mag ik wel samenwerken?
Ik vind het wel leuk.
Ja, er is 1 legend. Bas.
De docenten zijn echt goed. En als ik heb een vraag, ze helpen me. En als ik heb problemen, ik ga naar mijn mentor en dan ze helpt me met de dingen.
Comfortabel. We zijn heel erg comfortabel met elkaar.
We kunnen gewoon ook praten over ons eigen leven met hen.
Ja.
Het is een goede relatie tussen de leraar.
Goede relatie.
En ook de receptie vind ik ook.
Oh ja.
I mean, they're normal teachers, but I feel like if you have a problem or if something is going on, it's a bit easier to go to them because they're here and they're from different backgrounds, as we've said, so they have their own experiences, and coming to another country is like also a hard experience. So if we have a problem, I feel like for me it's easier to go talk to them because I feel like, oh yeah, they've also been through something, so they'll most likely understand.
Nou, ons meester is eigenlijk heel lief voor de kinderen.
Yeah, because in Syria, be nervous and not kind, you can't be free.
C'est un mix de toutes les origines et vraiment, vous allez vous sentir chez vous ici.
Deze school is leuk, want hier heb je extra leuke dingen als gym en leuke dingen.
คุณครูก็ดีใจนิสัยดีทุกคนก็ช่วยกัน